the person should let you know. But when it is 7 and we have just two people, I feel we should proceed because if you come late and we've moved on, it's to your disadvantage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Thank you very much. We work on that. Me, if you give me the opportunity, I would I would actually start even before 7. So if you guys are cool, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. Please, all of us, please, from your colleagues, I didn't tell them to say that. They know that it is not good to always come late. So let's come on time and then you'll enjoy. Otherwise, when we start the serious business, you're going to, you know, find it very difficult to follow along. So that's it. Um, I would now go to Rashad. Rashad, what do you have to say? If Rashad isn't available, Nanamo, do you have anything to say?
No, please.
Okay, thank you. Shafatu, if Shafatu isn't available, Kobina, welcome.
Um. Yeah.
Okay,
Hello.
Rashad, you can speak.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I actually joined in a bit late. I don't know what you guys are discussing. If you
Okay,
can brief me on that.
so we were talking about how to, improve the course, and have you so far is the course catching up with your expectations, or we are not meeting your expectations? That's what we want to know. Since you are late, we're not going to give you the opportunity to talk. That's your punishment for today. With time, we're going to roll out a form. Yes, roll out a form
Yeah.
for all of you to give us your
I was
queries.
actually trying, but my network was kind of misbehaving.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
just I just got through. My network was kind of misbehaving.
It's fine. Um, thank you. I would end here and then
All right.
begin the problem of the day. Let's go to. So let me quickly share my screen and okay. Shabati, you can wait for 10 minutes after that. You can go ahead and start. Okay, let me read that. So from Shafati to all of us, she's saying that Shabati says we can wait for 10 minutes after that. You go ahead and start. We can start without waiting for some time. Okay, thank you for your contribution. We appreciate. Now let me share my screen and we go to the business of the day. If you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up for me to know you see my screen. Okay, Rashad, right? That's good. So thank you. Okay, Shafati, you can speak. Shafati, your hand was up. You can speak. If it is by accident, you let us know. Okay, so I think it was by accident. Let me quickly start. So guys, I think yesterday we looked at the data types. We looked at um, lists. It was amazing. We looked at methods on that, how to access the elements of list, and we headed to tuples and to sets. We looked at the amazing things, the amazing methods on all of them. And today we're going to go straight to dictionaries. So dictionary is the last item we're going to treat under collections as a data type in Python. when we say collections, remember it's just a collection of items. Those items can be one particular, kind, as in maybe books only, maybe fruits only, and it can also be a mixture of two or multiple items. And we looked at there are different ways to save lists, saved collections, and we talked about lists, talked about tuples, we talked about sets, and we said that lists are actually iterable, and they have positions same as the elements are they have order same as tuples. But tuples for tuples the elements of tuples cannot be changed. That is, they cannot be they are non-iterable. And today we're going to look at dictionary. So dictionary, as they say, I think all of us have heard dictionary before. Dictionary is a big book with you know with today I'm not going to share my screen. I have my reasons. It's not related to you guys, but pardon me today I won't be able to share my screen. So dictionary is also just like the name suggests, and I would say dictionary is a very big book with words and their meanings. So if you open a dictionary, you will see something like this: a word maybe um, go, and then you see a colon with its meaning, maybe a verb describing movement. Let's just say it's not perfect, but so you see something like this. So this is the word, and then this is the meaning. And normally it is separated using a colon in either any dictionary, either Oxford or whatever. So you can see that. So now we call this the word itself key. We call the word key, and we call the I don't know if you can see my screen, guys. Who cannot see my screen? Okay, so I don't know. Someone is asking me a question. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking that. I think you can all see my screen. What I mean is that I'm not going to share my face, as in turn on my camera for you to see my face, but you can see my screen. So every day I share my face, but I'm not going to share it today. I didn't say I'm not sharing my screen because all of you are seeing my screen, right? So that's it. Um, so you can see my screen, but you cannot see my face. That's what I mean. So if you see my icon here, if I was to turn on my camera, you see me, but you will not see me. That's what I mean by that. Now let me go back to what I was saying. So in dictionary, the word is called key. The word is called key. The word is actually called key. That is key as in key. And then the meaning is actually called the value. So that is the value of the key. So a dictionary is just like a key, a pair of a key and its value. A word, key being the word and its meaning, something like that. So key value, or in other words, we can say the word and its meaning, something like that. So we have a word and its meaning, and the word we say the word is called key, and then the meaning is called value in Python. So key, value. So here we say that a dictionary is actually, let me try add maybe dictionary stores data. It stores data in a key, value, key value pair, something like that. So it stores data, but this data is actually stored in a key value pair. That is it. Now, hello, me welcome. So key value pair, we mean something like this. Sorry, we mean key like key, and then we have I was supposed to value, something like this. So it stores in the key value pair. So the key is a word and then the value is the meaning or whatever. And you can see we have a colon between them. So the same way. Now sometimes you want to save or collect some items. But the items, they are such that, for example, if you want to collect ages of students who attended class today, we can do that in a list or tuple. Yes. So if I have a list, I can say that I have a list called maybe ages. And then the ages is going to be maybe this, probably something like this. So these are the ages of the students who attended class today. But now if I ask you whose age is 23, you won't be able to tell me unless the one who did the work is here or who did the storage is here. Then you tell me that okay, um, the first one corresponds to Nanamwa, the second one for Jonathan, the third one for probably Shafatu or something like that. So sometimes if the person who created isn't there, it becomes very challenging. And sometimes you yourself, you may forget that, okay, the first one is this, the second one is this. Now, can we save data such that, for example, with this, we can have the name and then you see the name attached to the age? Yes, and that is where dictionary comes in. So a dictionary is a data type or a type of storing data, you know, using the key value pair. So we have a key and its value, and I'm trying to relate it to dictionary to make it very easy for you to understand. Because I know most of you are not from, you don't have technical background. But key, see key like a normal dictionary. Key is a word and then the value is the meaning, something like that. So to create, let me now clean this. So to create, we want to create this. Now to create a dictionary in Python, we use the um, curly bracket just like sets. But for sets, if you want to create the set of ages, then we will just do um, ages. Imagine we want to create what is top there. Then we say that ages equal to 12. Or let me even just copy and paste. Just copy and paste it here. And then I run, and if I print, if I want to see the type, the data type of ages, I run, you can see it is a set. Now, it's not always like that. Sometimes you want to, like I said, know which age, whose age is which. So to do that, you know we introduce the concept of dictionaries. And to create a dictionary in Python, we use the same curly brackets as sets, but the only difference is that here we are not just typing the ages, but we can add the name. So we are storing the every data in a key value pair. So the key can be the person's name and then the value can be the person's age. So I'll go, for example, Nanamwa, and then that is the key. And I do my colon, and then I say his age is 12. Nana is very young. And then I can say maybe Shafatu, and I say Shafatu is probably 23. And I can say Bright, and Bright is very old. Bright is 54, something like that. And I can say my TA, Fadila, and I can say probably Fadila is 21. So now you can see that the data, or let me assign this to the variable ages. So I'm saying that ages is actually equal to, and you can see that now I didn't just provide the dates or the ages. I provided the names and then their associated ages. And you can see that every name is actually in quote, mind you, because it is a string. So I put it in quote, either double or single. You can see some are double, some are single, it doesn't matter. And then after the key, you provide or you bring a colon and then you provide its value. Then you end it with a comma. So the comma is separating one value from the other. So if you look at this, the whole of this is one element. So the key here is the name Nanamua and then the value is 12. And then the second item, so it is like this. The comma separates one item from the other. So you can see we have one item here and another item here, another element here, and then another one here. So we have four elements, something like that. So this is how we create, you know, a dictionary in Python. And if I run this and I come down and try to, print out ages, now you can see I have Nanamua 12, Shafati 23, Bright 54, Fadila 21. So these are their ages, and then you can see that, oh, okay, 12 is for, you don't even need to think. 12 is for Nanamwa. Nanamwa is 12 years old, and Shafatu is 23, Bright is so so and so. Now, mind you, look at the format. It is key first before value. Key first before value. So if you have the colon, to your left or to the left of the colon is the key. That is what you want to use to identify the actual value you want to. So in this case, the value is the age. So the value is what you actually interested in. Now we want to say we are interested in the student's age. That is what we are actually saving. We want to keep. But we want to know whose age or which student has which age. That is why we are actually, so we want to identify each age by the name of that student. I don't know whether it makes sense. So if I pick 12, I want to know which student is actually aged 12. That is why we have, so the key is actually to help for identification purpose, and the value is actually what you want to save. That is it. So that is how we create, list or dictionaries in Python. So now if I wrap this with a type function to know the kind of data type, you see we have dict. So dict is the short form of dictionary in Python. So you can see that. So this is how we create dictionaries. Mind you, it is key value pair. Key first, value first. Now it is not always so that the key should be a word. It can be a number. So for example, if I want to save or store names of students and I want to identify them by age, I can say that maybe names is actually equal to, and I open a dictionary. So, and then I will see that. So I want to actually, um, I want to actually, I want the key to be maybe index number, something like index number. Let's say I give you reference numbers or index number. So index number one is actually called Nanamwa, and index number two is actually called, let me use what I used up there, Shafatu, and index number three is called Bright, and index number four is called Fadila. So now I am saving the names. So you can see the variable is called names, meaning I'm interested to save, the names. But I want to identify each name by what their index number. So, you know, the important. So I want to identify each name by the index number. So the Namwa is a student with index number one, and Shafatu has index number two, and Bright is index number three, and four for Fadila, just like how the university does. So if they just want to know your name, then they can type in your index number and get the information about it. Yeah. So that is that. Why now? What am I trying to demonstrate? What I'm trying to demonstrate is that the key can be of any data type. It can be of either string or number. It can be a word, a number, a sentence, or anything. So as a value. A value also can be a number, it can be a word, it can be a sentence, it can even be a collection of sentence. So as a key. So for example, let me also demonstrate that. I don't want to save or I don't want to store only one thing on on the student. I want to save not just your name. I want to save your name, or I want to save your gender, age. Yeah, let's say I want to save your name, age, gender, and probably what again? Maybe your score. You get it. But I want to identify each student by the index number, just like we did here. Just like we did here. So I would store it in a variable called maybe student, or let me just call it credential. Now credentials is actually going to be a dictionary, and the dictionary, this one I'm going to open up the dictionary, something like this. So when you create, what I did was when you create a dictionary like this, sorry, and you hit enter, it opens up. It's just a technique programmers use so that we don't want it to be one long line, so that it will be going, something like one long line going this way, and then it will be going in. So you have a slider, you have to slide to that side. So I want to break them into pieces. It's an efficient way of programming. You can see it automatically indents it for me, so I don't need to do anything. So now the first student is index number one. Now we know the first student to be Nanamwa. We know Nanamwa to be a guy and his age is 12. So all I'll do is the key is index number one. And I know the index number one is Nanamwa. Now I don't just want to save Nanamwa's name. I want to save more than one. So in that I can use a list or a tuple or a set. So I want to use a list because I can change. Because with time, Nanamoa's age will change. Nanamoa can change his gender to in this current world. This current world, in this modern age, you can change your gender, right? You can be a he today and tomorrow you are a she. You see people who are he's today, the next day they are she. She's are turning his, and then she males and he females and all that stuff. So you can change your gender. So you want, if Nanamwa changes his gender to probably a she, then you update. So if this is where we see the importance of lists and tuples. If it's a data that can never be changed, which is permanent, then you can use a tuple in this case here. But sorry, you can use a tuple like this. But if it is something that can be changing, that you have to update, then it is better you use list or a set, something like that. So I want to say an once I'm storing, so I want to use a list because I can actually iterate and then update as well. So first I want to save the student's name. So that is the name is Nanamwa, and just like we know set. So a list, and one element is separated from the other using a comma. So Nanamwa's age is 12 and Nanamwa is the name, something like that. Now when I finish, this is one element. I bring my comma, I hit enter so that I go to the next line. I just don't, it's just preference. It doesn't matter if you continue with it. Now index number two is actually who? Who is index number two? Index number two is Shafatu. So the name is Shafatu and her age is 23, and you can see I don't put the numbers in quotes, and I know by now you should know why. Numbers are not in quotes, words or strings are only in quotes. And Shafatu's gender is Shafatu, are you a he or she? Because now you cannot just guess. Shafatu, unmute yourself and let me know, are you a he or she? If you don't unmute yourself, it means you are absent.
Hello.
Yeah. Are you a he or she?
Yes, please.
You are what?
Written a thing there.
We need to know. We need to know because it can be challenging. And guys, don't be scared if you are getting confused. Just calm down. I know some of you have started taking abnormal water. some of you too, your temperatures have started going up and stuff. It's fine. It is very simple. You will understand. Just yeah, just calm down. Yeah, Sandra. I can see Sandra's temperature is going up. It's fine. You're going to be fine. So now Shafatu has admitted she's a female, and let me go to the next student. The next student is um, who is that? Bright, and Bright's age. What's English? Bright's age is 54, and Bright, are you a he or she? I know him. He is a he. And we have my TA, my noble TA, Fadila. My TA is a she. I am aware of that. My TA is 21 years old, very young and talented, and a female for that. Now, let me try print credentials. So, okay, someone is now joining. Okay, so Abubakar Sadiqi, welcome. Thanks for
Thank you, sir.
yeah, thanks for joining late. We appreciate you.
I'm sorry today.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine,
It's
it's
not
fine,
you, I'm sorry.
it's fine. So we can see the list we have, or a dictionary we have, and we can see all of them there. Very nice. I'm sorry, my kid brother likes crying a lot, so he's crying. If you don't take it when you pass by him cry, you don't pass, well, he will cry. If you look at him and you don't look at him, well, he will cry. So pardon him if he is disturbing. Just manage. I make a promise again. Next week he'll be fine. Yeah. So so you can see it's a dictionary, a very nice dictionary. And if I check the data type, hopefully it's a dict. So dictionary dict is a short form of dictionary, just as we have int for integer and str for string. So now this is how we do. Now I want to do more examples such that you understand it very very well. Now we can also create similar thing like credentials here. Let me just copy and paste. We can also create similar thing, but here instead of storing the data in a list, we will store it in tuple. And with that, the only difference is that when you store it in tuple, you cannot change you know any of the values. So if Nanamua becomes a she, you cannot update it. You have to maybe probably come to the source code and hard code it there. That's Nanamua. Come and change it from where you programmed and say that Nanamua is now a she. But mind you, LGBTQI is not encouraged. It's not good. Charlie, maybe I won't do that. So I'm trying to change. So I'm changing this and let me run. If I run credentials, I should see a list, sorry, a dictionary, where you can see that the values are actually in in tuple form, unlike this one which is in a list form. So it depends on your what you want. It depends on what you want, and you can do whatever you want. So let me comment this as Charlie dictionary with tuple or with tuple values, and this one is going to be, let me copy, go and paste it there. copy and go and paste it there. And this is list. So this is a dictionary with a list value. Uh, um, we can have also that of a dictionary with a set. Coming, give me a sec. So we can also have a dictionary with actually a set inside, or a dictionary in a dictionary. Let's go with the set first. I don't want to bombard you. So let's do. Why do I even like typing? Let me paste. Uh, this is going to be set values, and let me just copy the whole of this and paste. Oh, okay, for the sake of class, let me try type so that at least whilst I'm typing, it is understanding. You will see how I was doing it. So I open up and I want to say student one, but I'm going to save student one's information in a dictionary, in a set. So you can see instead of a square bracket or parentheses, it is actually curly brackets. And the first student's name is now. Why do I keep spelling Namwa wrong? Namwa, and Namwa is 12, and his name. And I do a comma, and student 2 is actually going to be Shafatu. Shafatu is 23, and a female. Now the rest I'll copy. I need to copy. Can keep typing. Programmers don't like too much typing. You should learn that. Let me edit it slides. Now let me change the parentheses to curly brackets. And you saw how I do that. So when you have something you want to wrap it with something, you don't need to delete it. Just select everything, and then in this case I want to wrap everything with curly brackets. So then you do the curly brackets whilst it is selected. Now you can then take off what you don't want and you are good to go. And if I run credentials peacefully, I should have it. So this is more like a list, a dictionary with, with set values. Yes. Now we can have a dictionary in a dictionary. What do I mean by that? You know, that is if you have a very complex structure. So let me say a dictionary in a dictionary. That is, for example, with the credentials, for instance, I would do like credentials, and I do my listing nice, and the student one is is here, but here I'm saving it in a you know in this in the I'm saving I'm saving it in a dictionary. So now instead of just typing, unlike this, you see here, I just did student one, Nanamua, 12, and name. Someone will say, what is 12? What is name? What is Nanamua? So now I want to, instead of, okay, let me just close up this so that it doesn't confuse you. Because I've seen the opening up. So instead of doing that, I'll first do name. Then I say name is Nanamua. And I will say that age, and age is 12. And I'll say that sex, and our sex is actually male. Now you can see I am saving the values as a dictionary. So every value name has a key name, and then the age has its key, and then the sex too has it. So you can see this is different from this in the sense that here the values do not have keys in them. So you can see these are like sets, but here the values have keys. Though the entire thing, this is a value to this key, but this is also, or Anamwa is also a value to the key name. You get it? So something like that. So this is an example of, you know, uh, let me copy the rest. Sorry. Today you can see I'm down. I told you I have cold. I'm not feeling well today. So, but I'm kind of trying to make the class very nice for all of us. So sorry if I am a bit slow or maybe I'm going off small. I'm very, weak right now. But I don't need to disappoint you. I have to, you know, make it up. Yeah, I don't need to disappoint anyone. I like the energy. So let me edit all these too. So I'll do name, and I'll do age 23, and I have cool, something like that. And we can do name, and we can do age, and we can do sex. So you can now see why I was saying take the basics very serious. You can now see the importance of why I was saying always keep in mind that um, always keep in mind words or strings are put in quotes and numbers are not put in quotes. I know some of you have started hallucinating, but you'll be fine. That's how programming is. That's how life is. If you're starting anything new, you always run into problems. I remember when I was starting out. Now let's run and see. Hopefully we don't get any errors. Yeah, so nice. Now we can see we have a dictionary in a dictionary. And if you have a dictionary in a dictionary, this is the name. We call it JSON. 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 It's an abbreviation. Let me make it big. It is called JSON. So a dictionary in a dictionary. Or let me even give it its own. Let me make it big. JSON, and JSON is a dictionary in a dictionary. Now JSON stands for, or let me even put it in. It is Java script online notation. Some people do have ways of saying it, but this is JavaScript online notation. So the J for Java, let me make this capital, something like to stand out. So J for Java, S for script, O for online, N for notation. Now that is how we save, data on the internet. So sometimes you try to open a link on your laptop, and you see it's not going through when the network is down. You see a lot of data will come up, and we have some. some a lot of some bonds, nyama nyama things with a lot of curly brackets, some colons and stuff. That is JavaScript online notation. That's how it is. So now at least you know what JavaScript online notation is. And guys, that is how we can create dictionaries in you know Python. We have the simple one like this, and then we have the one with and then we have the one with in which the values, or we can create a dictionary to save just single elements, or we can create a dictionary to save multiple values on the key, and we can also and the multiple values can be in the form of list, tuples, sets, or another dictionary. And that is if a dictionary is in a dictionary, it is like the technical term is nested. Nested, when we say something is nested, Nested, a nest of a bed, like Anomabu, you see it. So how they weave the nest, they kind of put in this thing together. They put in, they kind of combine some leaves and some stuff and make it so something like that. So it's like also combining components together to bring something. That's how we create, or that is a JSON. So you can also call it nested. You know, Let me even type it here. You can call it. You may hear somebody saying a nested dictionary. But that's not formal. I will never say that. But I will say JSON. So you hear JSON. So JSON is a data type, advanced data type in Python. We look at that in future. Yeah. So that's how guys we create you know dictionaries in Python. Now let's look at I don't know. No, this is messy. This is too much. So I want to take questions. 2 minutes. Who has a question? I know you are getting confused or who is lost. Raise your hand and let me call you. Bright Ozu.
Yeah, so I want to ask that, we've done some examples here, dictionary with set values and with dictionary and also with tuple.
Tipo, yeah.
So yeah, in that line of code, can you make maybe credential one and two, um let's say tuple and rest
Okay.
other type, and it will let work?
Like for instance, here, this one is a set. You asking whether if I make this, for example, a list, would it work? Right?
Yes.
It works. It doesn't matter. So what it means is that that particular, data you don't. So if you make it a list, you're trying to say that that particular data is a list, and you know the reason why you are making it. The whole thing is it depends on the problem. Thank you very much for the question. Sometimes you may be saving some data, but one particular data you don't want the user to have access to change it. So you can put that one in tuple. So you can have a mixture of the keys or the values can have a mixture of list, tuples, sets, whatever. But all you have to know is that all of them come with their pros and cons. For example, if you use a tuple, know that you cannot update it, right? So that is how it is. And if you use a set to later, when you are accessing the elements, it becomes a bit problem, right? Something like that. Thank you. I don't know whether I've been able to answer the question.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I think someone raised their hand. Naamwa. Okay.
Please, the dictionary with set values. Okay, let's start from another one. Credentials. You said credentials equals, and you created a dictionary and a list inside the
Yeah.
dictionary. Please, when I do the same thing here, I'm not getting what you are getting.
What did you do?
After
Can you? Okay.
after I type the credentials equals this one, the number 12 in the middle, the number should turn red. It's still black, And when I ran the codes, like they said, I have to my credentials to be defined.
So,
So I don't know. So
okay, check the spellings wrong. Is it credentials? Is it um, look at I used here credentials, the spellings, shells, and the same thing is what I am typing here. If I take this and say credential and run, I'll get error. And they will tell you name
please, that's the
credential.
same thing I did.
Yeah. So is are you getting the same error like this?
Okay, and please, after you bring the carry bracket sign, how do you
Yeah.
press the enter? Can you do that? Can you do it for me to see? You see, you
Um,
press enter before you.
like for example, let's say I do this names, then I do this. This is what you mean like this. Is it this?
Yeah.
So it's just you hit enter, it will split up. You can see the cursor itself is there, then you start typing. Is it cool?
Okay.
But I want to see, you check your, read the error you get for me to see. Maybe I can help.
Okay, I'm coming. So the credentials has to be defined. Credentials is
Credentials,
not defined. It's not defined.
credentials is not defined. So it means you
Yeah.
didn't spell it well. That's all. So or the spellings here isn't the same as the spellings here. So check
Okay.
it. Check maybe one word or something like that. Check it very well.
And see, even if I'm typing, the this one doesn't turn red. My names and the you see, I put it in the keyboard, it doesn't turn red, it's black.
When you put,
After yeah, typing, yeah.
I using
You
Jupyter
see,
notebook.
my yeah, my
You
the
know
previous
what?
one I did was turning red,
Let me
but as for
okay.
this one, it's not turning
Let
red.
me off my screen and then permit you to share your screen so that we will see. Do you mind?
All right.
Yeah. So you can share your screen now.
Okay, I'm coming.
No problem.
Um,
Guys, whilst we wait for um, yeah, maybe you have to put the string in quotes. And Jonathan just reminded me. Do you put it in quotes?
yes, please.
Okay, you share your screen and let's see.
Okay, let me share the screen.
So guys, whilst we wait for Nanamwa, please, I don't know, is it too much? Am I going very technical? Is it too much for your head to contain? Sandra,
Please, I see my screen.
mm, not yet.
Please, I see my screen.
I am not seeing it yet. I don't know whether anyone is seeing it. Rashad, I'm coming. I'm attempting it. A moment. Who is seeing the screen? I don't think anyone is seeing. So we check. Probably share it.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah. So Rashad, you can come in now.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. You are asking if you are going to technical and a bit of. Please, can you hear me?
Oh, you can speak. When you speak, yes, go ahead.
You are asking if you are going to technical. I will say yes, and it's like you are also moving so fast for us to be able to practice. After you. So,
Really?
yes,
Wow,
was it?
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I will appreciate it if we are able to practice alongside with you. It will kind of help us a bit.
Okay. That's
Please,
amazing.
let me
Sorry, guys. And I've seen
please,
your.
can
Thank
you
you.
see my screen?
Yeah, I can see, and I'm.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay, so the
You
problem is,
see,
clear everything and start it afresh, and then, or even not that, move your cursor to and move it to in front of the one. In front of the one.
Okay.
Now hit enter. Sorry, tap the tab key. No, go back, hit the tab key.
Tab key.
Tab, yeah.
Okay.
Tab.
Good. Nothing is coming.
Hit the space bar 4 times. No. I mean in front of the one.
Okay.
So just clear everything. Okay. No. It's fine. Go top there where they've written the raw NB convert. Convert.
Uh-huh.
Just click on it and
I just
select.
click on it.
Yeah, click on it and select code. Click on the drop down. Yeah. Is the
Okay.
problem solved? Now that brings my attention to this, guys. Whenever you are running the code, go and click on the drop down and let me use it to teach something here.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You click, you're welcome. By clicking, I want to use your screen to teach something.
Okay.
Just click on the drop down.
Please, I've clicked on it.
So you can see we have three options. We have the code, markdown, and then the raw NB something. Now, always when you want to run the code, always make sure the cell you selected, when you click on the cell, like you see, we have a blue line or highlight around the cell you selected. Always make sure it is top there, it is in code. Otherwise, you cannot run it. If it is in raw NB, what you're telling Jupyter is that these are just words I've provided. They are no code, so I don't want you to run. And if it is that, you will see that the box, the I and the in beside the 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 box or the cell wouldn't be available. So always know that. And thank you. You can off your screen now, and
Okay.
I'll take another question. Guys, if you have a question, just Jonathan.
Yes. I wanted to know, let's say you're having data somewhere, and then you want to transform that data into a dictionary. Let's say like you're having two lists, and then you want to make it a dictionary. Can you, if it's possible, can you walk us through the process?
Yeah, you take your time. Um, People are more confused now on even how to create a dictionary right now. So if I bring in that, it's actually going to create, hell. Oh, guys, I'm lying. So
Oh,
Nana,
okay, okay,
yeah, Nana, and
okay.
Jonathan, if it is something you really want, maybe I can attend to that. But for the sake of the mental health and well-being of all of us, I just want to take my time one at a time. Or Sandra, I'm lying.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. If it is serious, you can talk about that, after the session, or yeah, like later in the session. But now let's just address what is on table. Thank you. Um, Fadila, my TA, are you okay? Are you seeing top? I'm glad. For my TA, she's a shark. In fact, a whale, the biggest one. Uh, Shavatu, Elon. So no question. Let's see. We have Jacobina. Hey, I always forget Jacobina. Jacobina, how is it going?
It's going well.
Okay, so someone said I'm going to, and Abubakar Sadiq, is it going well?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Very
Okay.
well.
Someone said I'm moving very fast. Sorry about that. I'll do my best to, but not necessarily practicing everything literally, on what I give, but at least getting everything, getting the overview of everything. And when I drop, I also drop the video, the recorded class, and mind you, you have up to the next week to revise. So there is a lot of time. That's why I always try to, run a bit fast. But I'm sorry you are hurt about that. I will not do that again. Yeah. So let me share my screen and we go back to business. At least we've had a break and I am refreshed and I hope so. I hope you are also refreshed. I want to go into the future with all of you, especially my TA and the ladies. Mildred, how are you seeing the class? How is the class going? The guys, you can go into your own future. I don't care. I don't want to go into any future with Jonathan, Bright, Bobakar, and Rashad and Co. No. So, if you can hear me, Mildred, if you can hear me, I want to see how it's going. I don't want to go and leave everyone behind or anyone behind. So that is why I keep pausing and asking, how is it going? How is it going? But maybe due to network problems, she's not here. I wouldn't like to waste much time. We don't have much. Let me continue. Let me delete. And you can just keep it. So now we're going to look at, wow, where am I? Okay. So we haven't, we still on, oh, we're still on dictionaries. We haven't even gone through control flows and loops. Fine, it's fine, it's fine. We're going to, you know, even if we are unable, I think if you understand it, it is better for me than to teach and you don't understand. Yeah. So now, guys, we've known how to create, dictionaries in Python, just like lists and tuple. We know how to access, you know, the elements. For example, if you want to access one element in a list, you know that you give the variable name, square brackets, and then you give the position. Yeah, so let's look at how we can access elements too in a dictionary. So, for example, let me just create a dictionary called names, and it's going to be so. Or let me just go copy that. And first one, yeah, this one. Or let me rerun it. It's already in the memory, so I can use it here. So if you can see, if I run names, I have a nice dictionary here. Now, if I want to access the first element or maybe the second element, now mind you, here there is no order apart from list and tuples. All the other data types do not have order. So though this is the first, but it's not seen as maybe the one in the first position, and for that matter, it doesn't have any position. So we cannot say, for example, I say names and then I do colon 0. If I run, I get error. If I do 1, I get error. But rather, we can access the, we can ask before that, I want you to see the names itself so before that we can access a particular value. You remember I said in dictionaries we actually save values in a key or we save items in key value pair. So every value has a key. So Nanamo has a key of 1 and Shafatu has a key of 2 and Bright has a key of 3 and so on and so forth. So if I want to know Nanamo, I know that the key, if I want to know a value, I should know the key. If I know a key, I can now find the value. So if I do just like list, I don't provide the position, but rather the key. So if I do, I hope it works. It's like I've forgotten. Okay, that's true. Yeah, it works. So names one, I get an one. Why? Because let me probably bring the names here so that all of us will see. So when I do names one, I get an one. not because an armour is in position 1 or the first position, but because the key to the value in an armour is 1. So if I do 1, it will give me the value associated with the key 1 in the names dictionary. Same way, if I do 2, I am expecting Shafatu, and that is it. Now let's see if we can do the range thing we saw yesterday. No, so we cannot do that in. So you cannot like actually select a range in in dictionaries. You can only select or select or access one thing at a time. So just like just like list and tuples, you can access the element of a dictionary using the key. Using the key, I repeat, using the key and not the position. So in this case, there is no position. We actually use the key. And the key, by now, I know we all know the key. The key is what is before the colon. So in this case, the keys are 1, 2, 3. Now let's look at here. If I run this, let me look at the first one we did. I want to run this. So you can see I want to rerun this and let me go down. I want to access the keys of or the elements of the variable credential. So if I do credentials, you can see we have this. So Mohammed Fauzan, you're welcome. So credentials has this, it's a dictionary with this um, keys and values. Now if I do credentials and I want to know the values associated with the key one. Now I get an armour, I get a list. Mind you, because the entire this thing. So if you look at credentials, you can see that the values are actually stored in a list. So that is why in an armour you can see we have that list. Same way if I do 2, I should expect Shafatu. And if I do 3, I should expect Bright. So it's just like, how the university saves your data and everything. So they save it, and then the key is always your reference number or index number. So if they type that index number, they will see the student's name, age, course, and a whole lot of things about the person. So just like this. So let's say your index number is 3. So if they do index number 3, we see that index number 3 is actually a student named Bright who is 54 years old and a guy, something like that. I don't know if you understand it. So that is how we access an element in uh, in a dictionary. But remember, some of the dictionaries we created, some of the dictionaries had their values in the form of another dictionary. Some of them had tuples. Some of them had sets. Some of them had lists. Now this is why I was telling you all of them have their pros and cons. Now this is the let's look at the pros and cons. This one has, for example, this one has the values actually saved in a form of a list. So if I do, when I did credentials with the index 3, I was able to get, you know, write a list of all his details. Now, since it is a list, and you know that for a list, if I have this list, I can actually access a particular element in this list. For example, if I want the name of the person or the first, it is going to be the variable name, then square bracket, the position which will be 0. And if I want the age, it will be 1 because it is a second, and then the male is going to be 2. That is the third element. So the same way, if the values are stored in a list, you can access a particular item in that list. And not necessarily if you don't want to see everything but just the name, then you can do that. So in this case, we know that the name is the first and it has index 0. So after using credentials 3, I can add another square bracket behind the 3 and then now provide. So if I do this, this is for selecting or accessing all this. And I'm saying that now you have this. I don't want you to give me all this, but give me a specific portion. In a specific portion, I want the name. And the name, since it's a list, is in there. You can access it by the position. The position is 0. And if I run this, I should get it right. Is it cool? The same way, if I want to know the age, I know the age is the second element, so it has a position of 1, and I get his age 54. And the same way I can do for his gender, I'm going to get male, period. So that is the good thing of using a list or tuple. And if you use a list or tuple, you can do that because you can access list elements of a list and tuple using the same technique. Now let's look at if you use if you actually um, use if you use a set, you cannot access a portion of it because a set, it's not easy for you to access. Uh, a set isn't actually having position, it is random, so it becomes very difficult for you to access. For example, in this case, so you cannot access a specific one, but when you use a dictionary, when the values are a dictionary like this, then you can use the same idea of you know what we're doing here. So when we come here, let's say we use a dictionary. So with the dictionary one, let me run it so that I get to the library. So I run this. Now if I come here and we print credentials, you can see that it's actually a dictionary with its values being dictionary. Now, I want to access the students or the details or the credentials of the student with the index number 1. So all I do is, as usual, credential, then colon 1, and I have this. Now, I don't want in all the things, but I want, the person's name. And here, unlike the list, you can see that it is a dictionary. And a dictionary has key and value. And if you want to access a particular value of a dictionary, you just provide a key. So if I want the name here, the key to the name or the key to the name Nanamwa is actually name. So I just provide name here. Now mind you, it is a word, so I have to provide it, put it in quotes. And if I run, you see I get Nanamwa. The same way, if I want Nanamwa's age, I know that the age is stored by the index age. So all I do is I just come and I put age there and then I go 12. And that is how we do it when we have, you want to specify. So if the age also had a dictionary, we could have also gone to add more, specification. So this is more like how we can narrow our search down or our access down to some of these things here. So now knowing this, if you have this technique, then you can actually, alter or to change if you want to change an element or something. So for example, like I was saying, I realized an Amwa is actually not 12 years, but an Amwa is maybe 25 or let's say 23. Then to change an Amwa's, age, I can use the same approach just like we were using. So I have to call the numbers age, this is which is this, and I have to reassign it. So I can see the numbers age is now 23. And if I run and come and run now, keep an eye on this, you see it is 12. But if I come and run now, I get the numbers age is 23, something like that. The same way, if I want to change the numbers name, for example, his Amwa or his Nana has age in the behind or in the end, I can do name. And if I run this, you can see I have his name here. So if I want to change, I can just say Nanamua's name is actually Nana and Amwa, like this. And if I run, you see I don't get any error, meaning everything is alright. And if I run this, you can see his Nana has H now. The same thing. So that is how we populate and we alter, you know, that's how we alter elements in a list, or sorry, in a dictionary. Now let's go to elements. Or let me just copy this, put it here. Now let's look at some methods in dictionary. So the methods are just like the same. So we can use the copy method. We can use the copy method. It's just the same thing as we did yesterday. So the copy methods to copy the elements. We can use the um, remove to remove elements. We can use everything we did yesterday holds the same way. We can use on list the same, all the elements on list actually hold. That's it. So if you want to read more about that, you can check the tutorials I uploaded. You have a lot of materials there to read, or you can go to three schools, and you search Python, and you go to the dictionary section, or you can just type in your search browser dictionaries, uh, dictionaries in Python on W3 schools. And the first link you just click, it takes you there. You can practice, or you can go to YouTube, download, or you can watch or you can read the book I gave you, and all those stuff. Yeah. So that those are all. This is all I want to teach on, or I want you to know on dictionaries. And I know it's been a bit hectic today. Hey, today we went a bit technical. Sorry about that. That's how the tradition, goes. I, I understand today is too much. I know it's just one topic, but it's very technical. Yeah. So just take your time and you'll be fine. Okay. So guys, I don't know. I want to take some questions again, and I want to know, should I continue or we should end here? Is it too much for you guys, or it's we should continue? Do you want me to add more, or I should end here so that you digest this? You can raise your hand. Okay, Rashad.
Yeah, it will be nice if we can end here so that we'll get time to, revise and also practice.
That's nice. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So let me hear
thank you
from the
very
rest. You're welcome. Let me hear from the rest. Guys, I want to hear from you. Just raise your hand. Speak. We go. Okay, let me mention it. Shafatu, do you think we should end here or we should continue? So while we wait for you.
Please, let's end.
Okay, okay, that's fine. Thank you, Shafatu. Jacobina, what do you think?
I think this one. Any of them do.
Okay. Let's look at. Let's take from Jonathan. Jonathan, let me tell you, he's in my DM right now. He's chatting me. Instead of him to pay attention, Jonathan is chatting me here. I want all of you to know about that.
Can you give me a study plan to learn Python for data science?
Hey,
Oh,
Jonathan,
yep.
he's giving us pressure.
As for me, yeah, I'm okay. So whether we
Okay,
continue or not, I'm okay. But I think we should consider our friends also.
okay, that's fine. Anamwa, what do you think?
Okay, since Okay, you let's end it here. Okay, because maybe some of them are having challenges, so let's end it here. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rashad has spoken. Bright also.
Or we can end it here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Um, who's next? Who's next? My tea will speak last. Mildred. Mildred Autry. Autry, yes. What do you think? Today you've not spoken. So what's we wait for Mildred? Sandra, you can unmute yourself and let us know what you think. No, we don't want to see your type. We want to hear from you. I have a reason why I want everybody to speak. This is why when after speaking, I would give you a story. Sandra, we don't want any thumbs up. Unmute yourself and say what you want to say. Yeah, I want everybody to speak at least a word.
Okay, for me, from the beginning of the lesson, I've been getting some network issues. So I think it's better for me to end.
Okay. Well, that reminds me, I'm going to upload yesterday's and today's video tonight, and you can find them on the YouTube channel and watch them. Thank you. And Elon, what do you think?
I think we can end here as well.
Okay, that's fine. And my TA will give the last and the conclusion. If my TA says we should stay for 1 a.m., we are staying. So TA, what do you say?
I'm okay whether we continue or not. So I think it depends on those carrying the vote.
We are not voting here. Your vote is 100. So if it's voting, when you talk about it's 100. So you better let's make
I'm
it
on
clear.
both sides. So if those that want us to go are many, then we'll go. And if those that want us to stay are also many, then we stay.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. I think I need you people to just like really understand. My aim for doing this bootcamp is not to probably make more money. I bet you I took 200 from all of you, and I buy more than 200 CDs data bundle for my Wi-Fi in a month. You see it? But I'm doing this for 16 weeks. So imagine. Hey, it's not my dream to, it's not my aim to make a lot of money from you. I told you, some of you who don't know, I teach, this is my first time teaching Ghanaians, and I used to take $50 when I teach people, and it was shorter. It was 8 weeks. But I know we need more time to digest things, and we need to help each other. But I didn't want to do it free because before I did one program for ASAC, because it was free, I had 176 students, and we come to the class, and sometimes 9, 11 people are joining, and later they call me, did you record the class and all those stuff. So that's why I don't, I never like free things. So at least you paid something, and you never wait and sit idle for your 200 cities to go away, to go like, waste. That is why I did that. So that's it. So since most of you are tired, I would like to, I would like us to close early today so that you can have much time to go over and we go through. So if anything, so you can slide into my DM. I will upload the video and update you about that. And if possible, I would also record some other videos on the other topics so that we can we can be more proficient in the Python, because I know that if we are more proficient in the Python, then we are going to be successful in whatever we do. Before that, I want to ask, who has ever visited the website, the school's website, once we um, once signing up or once starting the course? Who has done that? Well, if you haven't, I want to give you a clue on something. If you go to the bootcamp session, this is the a site. It's not professional. I'm working on a professional one. I created this using 1D, so it's kind of weird, right? But I would, I'm working on a professional one very soon, and it will be out very soon. So now, if you come here, I want to show you something. Go to the bootcamps, you click on it, and um, scroll down to where we have a calendar. You can see we have a calendar here. Let it load. Now I want to show you something. When you come, you can see the title is Data Science Mastery Program 1.0, and you can see the weekly activities. So this is today's activity, and if I click on it, you can see before it is week 2. You can see it week 2, 6:45 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. If you click on it, you can see when. That is Sunday, September this thing, and you can see Introduction to Python Programming. So what I mean is, you can check what we are up to, what we are going to do for the day or for that week, so that you can go ahead, maybe read some books or something. Probably go to the site, classroom, and download and read. You know how to read. So when you come to week, that is next week, Saturday, we were supposed to start data cleaning and pre-processing the entire, data science. We are now beginning data science. And then you can see we have data cleaning techniques such as missing values and all those stuff. So we're going to start with how to import data types and all those stuff, and how to clean them once. Now, when you click on the next button here, it takes you to the next week. That is next week, Sunday. You can see Sunday. You click on it, and we are also going to data cleaning and pre-processing, where we are going to do data pre-processing techniques such as normalization and feature scaling. And if you come and click on week 4, Saturday, you can see that we have data cleaning and pre-processing again. Where we have data pre-processing. That's a continuation of it. So you can click on it to see what we're going to do. So week 4, Sunday, you can see what we're going to do. You can see week 5, we're going to do exploratory data analysis and all those stuff. So I just wanted to show you this, so that when you are there, you can at least come and check. So when you come and it is in the morning, you may not see the thing. But if you scroll down, you see it is indented by time. So if you scroll down to the 6 p.m. section, you will see them. And if you click on you can use the controllers here to go front and back. And always make sure it is on the week. If you click on month 2, it will be something like this, and you can see all the activities. But weekly is better, so make sure it is on week. And I'm working on, by the end, by Wednesday. Give me a moment. I would attend to you. By Wednesday, I would create a session here. Probably I will update you about that, where you can download the course outline. So when you come, you will see download course outline. Click on it and have it. Something like that. Now let me take the question. Who was on that? Who was on that? Is there any question? Please, if you have a question, you can unmute. Okay, Jonathan. Yeah.
Okay, yes. When I was registering, I realized that
Okay.
when you type homeschool in Google search bar,
Yeah.
you have different options.
Yeah.
And
You
then
don't
there's
see
one,
eyes.
yes, except except the LinkedIn page, that the LinkedIn link. That one is what takes you to the website.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be working on that. I'm the only one currently working on everything, so it's kind of slowing down. And I also have other works too. But if you can help, you can DM. We talk about that. You know how much it will cost and stuff, and you work on that. I'm actually working on that, but only me drafting course outlines, drafting, preparing materials for you, teaching, and also working, alongside schooling. It's not easy. So if you can do that, probably I wanted to keep it as a secret, but let me make it clear to you. I'm actually monitoring some people. By the end of the course, I would pick you to be part of the school, and you'll be part of the facilitators, and you will do also. I have some roles I want to, and you'll be paid. It's not like I'm picking you for just picking sake, but rather like kind of like a side job you can do, probably a part time or something like that, and you will enjoy it. So all of you giving your best. I'm actually right now I have three names. I'm keeping an eye on them. One is kind of messing up small small, so it can be any of you. I'm not saying those are the only ones. This week, I'm really impressed by all of you, so I'm considering that I cannot just base on today or the first weeks. Once we're going on, some of you I'll be taking you out. I mean, in my list, not in the course, and I'll also be bringing some people on board. In the end, I want three people to be back. Yeah, so that's it. Is there any other question? Hello, guys. Any other question? Okay, I think there is no question. TA, do you have any question? Do you have any announcement? Do you have anything to say? Obviously, my TA is number one, you know. So it's like TA, you don't have anything, right? So if there is nothing, thank you very much for coming. I would upload the videos, and if anything, slide into my DM. Let's talk. Have a good evening, good or maybe good night rather. Maybe it's because I don't sleep early. Good night to everyone. See you on Wednesday. Mind you, Wednesday LinkedIn career session. It's gonna be nice. Don't miss it out. Bye.